News, Kansas News Leader.
Topeka's Grace Cathedral will fill with music and more to celebrate our nation's birthday. Reverend Jody Carroll and Donald Livingston are here to invite you to their Community Independence Day service. It is such a fun event and tradition. Jody, do you even know how long has this been going on, and why did you all decide to do this?
It's been going on for quite some time, but we did take a break during COVID.
Like so many things did.
So many things did, and then last year was our first year back. And it was really a decision to begin to reintegrate the community with the celebration, as well as providing an opportunity for us Christians to just examine our faith and our freedom, and are we living into it in the way that Christ did.
How long have you been at Grace Cathedral?
2 years.
So that was your first experience?
That was my first one.
What was your reaction to what unfolded?
I was stunned. It was so beautiful and amazing and patriotic. As we were just speaking, I'm a veteran as well, so that was meaningful to me. But also just to be gathered in that celebration with scripture and song and others that are also thinking about freedom and how it matters to us and how we live into it.
Well, the music you mentioned, Donald, that's your wheelhouse.
That is.
And you gather quite an array of different musical expressions. What all is part of the service musically?
Well, there's been a long tradition of having a community-based choir. So people are invited from churches and also other choral organizations in town who participate in putting together the choral piece. The handbell choir from the cathedral will be playing, and then there's a brass quintet from, they're all veterans from different times and eras and whatnot, but they're veterans who come and play for the service as well. And then of course there's always the chimes that ring, the tower chimes that ring in celebration after the occasion is over. And then we do a sing-along, which we think last year was the first year we actually did that, where we do a sing-along of patriotic songs in the parish hall after the actual service.
Which I'm sure is very fun, but part of your musical program also salutes veterans, correct?
It does, yeah, in its way, yeah. The effort of the service, since we kind of reimagined it last year, was to kind of expand beyond just the kind of overtly public and military service to the United States, and have expanded that interest into any kind of public service. So firemen and nurses and school teachers and anyone whose work is essentially about the community and about supporting that community in all of its ways. So that is part of the program as well.
Very fun. You have a former poet laureate for Kansas taking part this year. Who is that, and what is he going to do? Eric McHenry.
Dr. Eric McHenry, yes, I had to think for a moment. He will be the keynote speaker for us. And so for us, that's very exciting to have him. I'm not sure of his topic, but to have him present and to speak to us is going to be wonderful.
Something very moving, I'm sure. And you know, this is at Grace Cathedral, but I think one thing that we want to stress is it's not a traditional worship service. If people think, okay, I'm not going to go to church on Independence Day, no offense, but this is something that encompasses everything.
Right. So there, for instance, there will not be a Eucharist or a communion during this service, but it really is about the music, and it's about the people, and it's about the community, and just, again, taking a moment to celebrate and recognize the freedoms that we do live in this country.
Now, it is free, but you're going to take donations. Who are those donations going to be for?
The Kansas
Guard
family.
Yeah.
The family support program.
Yes.
Fantastic. And you said you're a veteran. How much did it know that there were support and programs and things like that available?
It's huge. It's huge. As a veteran, you just don't know when you're going to need some of that, and that it's available for family as well is so important, because often you're not in town and the families need help. So yeah.
And ice cream afterwards?
Ice cream afterwards, yeah. Of course.
Ice cream, be there.
Reason enough.
Ice cream, music,
Yes.
Grace Cathedral, beautiful setting. It all gets underway at 10 o'clock Friday, July 4th at Grace Cathedral, right down there on Southwest 8th in Topeka. Bethany Garden is going to be the backdrop for the ice cream reception afterwards. So another beautiful setting. Listen to the chimes and everything else. Join the sing-along, and again, free will donations for the Kansas National Guard Family Support Programs. Reverend Jody, Donald, thank you both so very much. Have a great 4th of July. It's a great program. We love the tradition. Thank you for being with us as well. Stay tuned for Investigate TV Plus. Your latest local news and weather are coming up in a half hour on Live at 5.
Get the latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com or follow WIBW on X, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News the most watched evening newscast.